One, two, three. This is gonna be my new intro now. But hi guys, I hope you guys are doing pretty well. I'm personally doing fine. Today's January 2nd, and it's literally the second day of the month of the year. And it's crazy to see or even to think about that we only have 363 days left until it's the end of this year. And I'm trying to get the most out of it. Not even trying, I'm making the most out of this year and just pushing content as I'm supposed to and making this community a little bit bigger than it is now, or just so much more bigger. Because I already have a set goal and I'm dead ass working my ass off every single effing day to reach to the specific goal that I have. So I'm just gonna go ahead and do the work and interact with you guys every day because that's something that I get joy from. And just live and just go about life. So let's just go and do this. Today we're gonna be talking about a specific video. It's gonna be really interesting because it's a little bit personal because I'm kind of like going through the same thing. I mean, like the same process, but not the same outcome. Because you guys will say it's totally different. So I'm just gonna shut the f up now and actually read what we're about to discuss today. So let's just do this right now. So let's just cut this thing. All right. So today's the thing says, I'm in nursing school and I don't know if I want to continue. Hello, nurses. I hope you're well. I'm doing pretty well. Thanks for asking. I'm in my first year of nursing school and I low key kind of hate it. It is not what I thought nursing was going to be at all. I kind of I kind of want to switch to psychology, then get my master's. Another reason why I'm skeptical about nursing now is because how I follow some famous and even non-famous nurses on social media, and they say that the nursing field can be very toxic, and people starting to lose their license because they have to take care of more patients than they can handle, and then they messed up. What do you guys think? Should I leave nursing and enter psychology? Nursing school is already stressing me out, and it's only my first year. That's it. Well, first thing first, I wish we had a little bit more context when it comes to what's bothering you, but some context did slip through the crack. Things like really toxic and stuff like that. But these are not things that I really taking account, or I really don't care as much because these are other people's opinion, and other people's opinions will be or might be different from what the real thing is. But there is a say is that, well, not a say really, but we tend to believe that the more somebody says something, the likelihood of this specific thing to be true is very much more higher, which is actually a real thing when it comes to most things. And sadly, when it comes to nursing, it's very toxic. It's literally a high school all over again. But the I'll say add on is more responsibilities, and you're also dealing with people life, like mistake you do make, and actions you do take tend to either save somebody's life or literally kill someone. And that's the one of the reason why the toxicity is mind blowing. Because why do we need toxicity in a field where we're literally taking care of people, or a field where we literally have people life in our hands every day? Why? But I really don't know. But it is what it is. And like the craziest thing about nursing is I do get the appeal. Like multiple people are interested about the profession because there's like this natural nurturing kind of sentiment in, I'll say, most human being, and they tend to pursue it by trying to get a job that allow them to express this specific nurturing kind of like caring sentiment to other people as well, and they tend to navigate nursing. And you also have people who navigate toward the field for other reasons, such as money. Everybody knows that you get into nursing, you will make a pretty decent amount of money that will allow you to pretty much like live any kind of lifestyle you want, or like most lifestyles you want. But with social media and everything, so we kind of have like really good idea of what kind of nursing you have to do, or what kind of nursing you gotta do in order to get this specific set of lifestyle. That's like one of the reasons why multiple people, they generally don't really know what they want to do, but because they've been following this specific influencer for a really long time and they know what they do for a living or what kind of nurse they are, they're like, you know what, I'm gonna go to nursing school and do exactly this because I'm trying to get this lifestyle, which totally understandable because it's your life, you do whatever the heck you want to do. But at the same time, so you gotta know at the end of the day, you're dealing with people's life. And although it seems really appealing, the ability to have flexible work schedule. I'm saying flexible, kind of like, because when you're actually in it, you'll see it's not really as flexible. Flexible for me means that I work whenever I want to, even if it does look like that. It really not. It really not. It's really not like the real thing. Because even though you do put your hours, you do get changed, you get canceled sometimes, and census is really low. Census is pretty much like how much people you have at the hospital and stuff like that. So it's kind of flexible, or flexible for the most part. Flexible work schedule, and kind of like open field. You get to work on whatever field you want and stuff like that. Like all these things that make the professions really appealing and attract multiple people. And the thing with attraction is you're attracting almost everybody. You have like the people that kind of get into the field. I'll say for the good reason, quoting good, because what are even good reasons? Reasons will differ from person to person, because they naturally want to care for people. They naturally want to be there for people and give those people or people or patients the dignity that they deserve, add into their nursing skills and make they stay at the hospital much more comfortable. We also have people get into the field for the money. Have people get into the field because they generally did not know what they wanted to do with their life, and they kind of know how to study, and they just study, and boom, they have a stable job, and therefore they ain't got nothing else going on in their life. They're not trying to get a hobby, yeah, hobby. They're not trying to do anything else with their life besides of just coming to work and making everybody else's life miserable because they ain't got shit going on in their life. I'm sorry, I really didn't want to say shit, but hey, it came to this. So yeah, I think like the profession is shitty for just people because that's pretty much like all they do, and that's one of the reason why I really urge people when it does come to this. I really don't tend to talk to most people at my job. Well, I do talk to them, but not about the personal life because I keep my personal life really private to myself. I'll talk about my life, but I ain't gonna talk about my life to everybody, or I'm not gonna put myself in a situation where I have to talk about my life because the whole gossiping and stuff, stay away from me. And I'll have my opinion. I'll say my opinion on some stuff, but like the whole gossiping and stuff, nursing station, like stay away from me. They say me, you will never come to work and see me sitting at the nursing station gossiping. And I ain't got nothing against those people who actually do it. Your life is your life. You do whatever the heck you want to do, but that ain't none of me. That ain't like none of the things that I actually do on a daily, or that ain't none of the things I actually do when I go to work. I barely have time to sit down, let alone gossiping. My priorities are do whatever it is I gotta do, take care of these people, study in the meantime, and go home. Those are my priority when I go to work. So I ain't got no time for gossiping. Like that's one of the reasons why coming back to the subject, I always urge people to have a hobby, like things you're interested into, because you literally have to work only 3 days, and then you have technically 4 days, and not even gonna say 4 days. The technically is because when you do your three shifts back to back, you tend to have one shift, or at least for me, where I'm really down after like I'm down, like don't talk to me, and then I technically have 3 days off. That's kind of like the way that I see it. So there's that. You have time to do whatever the heck you want to do. And if I was not studying, to better myself, I would have just love it. And I just can't wait when I'm finally done with all the studying that I really want to do. And I come to this specific point in my life where I'm like, all studying is done. I'm pretty satisfied with whatever it is I have right now as my career. So I'm just going to advance in that and not really do any studying and just work and, increase my work experience and stuff like that, and not having like to go to school or think about school and stuff like that, because I think life will be so much better because guess what? I only have to work like 3 12-hour shift and then that's it, I'm done. So I got stuff to do, whatever the heck I want to do. I have like, multiple things I'm interested into, so I tend to pursue those things as well, you know. And I have a lot going on after work, which is not the same thing for all those people at work, or for those people who actually make work pretty shitty because they ain't got none going on in their life. So I'll say, yeah, the profession nursing is really shitty. High school all over again. The pettiness is really rampant, and sadly, there is nothing you can really do about it because those people who actually show they like the pettiness are people who are most likely seniors. They've been doing the job for a really long time, and they pretty much like precept everybody in the job or most people in the job, and they know what almost everybody. They've been there for a really long time. They have a lot of experience. Therefore, they know that there is a need for them, and they think that because there is a need for them, there is a let go of whatever the fuck they want to do, and nobody's gonna tell them shit because they need me, which is technically true. But at the end of the day, it's not because there is a need for you that you got to be a shitty person and make everybody else's life miserable. That's my take on it. So, yeah, I'll say do with this information what you want, you know? So it's not because it's shitty for someone that's necessarily going to be shitty for you. Well, it most likely going to be shitty for you because we all know nursing, we all know how shitty it is. But it is what it is. I guess at some point you just gotta like suck it up and try to really think about the reason why you want to get into nursing and evaluate those reasons and see if these reasons actually are not strong enough for you to follow the fresh profession and not let go just because there's like those shitty people, because you might be surprised, you might actually go to nursing school even if your first year is really hard. I'm doing my LPN program right now, so you're probably doing an RN program, which is might be different, but my LPN program, I do remember my first term was pretty rough and a lot of information, did not really know how to study, test almost every day. And I'm doing my second term right now, which is a little bit lighter when it comes to all that, because I've came to learn like how I need to study and how I need to do certain things. So I'll just like go to the flow and just make sure you always pass, because the moment you don't pass, you get kicked out of the program. That's like one of the main important thing. So main important things. Like first year, make sure you always pass and just go with the flow. So whatever you get as long as you pass and you understand the information. But then second year, so you can kind of like get to know how to study and how to different things, and then your life will get a little bit better. But when it comes to getting into the professions, I'll say like pay, give yourself some grace and some time to actually think about the reason why I want to get into nursing. And if for some reason your reasons are not enough for you to, go through this, follow suits, or just, choose nursing, just don't do it. Don't do it, because it might not be the right thing for you to do right now. But if your reasons are strong, you have, a really good reason why you want to do this profession, because you want to better yourself, you want to be financially free, financially stable, you're naturally nurturing, you want to take care of people, you want to be there for people, you want to give them the dignity, so you want to have also some nursing experience, some nursing knowledge, and using knowledge to help different community. And then one thing about nursing that is really good, and some people don't really think about, or I'll think about it, but I don't really take advantage of it in the good way. Because what's the good way? Is the fact that the field is so versatile. There is like multiple things you can do. There's multiple communities you can reach out to. There is like multiple jobs, multiple tasks you can do as a nurse. So as long as you get your license and you get the specific experience that this community or maybe this field that you want to get into is requiring, and then you're good. You're good. So I'll just say, give yourself some grace and think about it. And F them people, literally all of them. I ain't got none else I really want to say. But I'm gonna read a few comments though and actually reflect on them. But it's not gonna be really long because this video is already like 11 minutes. So yeah. Alright, so the first comment says, first thing, stop following influencers on social media. They are incentivized to produce click-worthy content, and as such never offer a balanced take. If you want to go to psychology, then go ahead, but you should pop over to the psychology subs and see what they have to say about their careers, which is a pretty good advice. But I won't say stop following them just because. But this is actually a really good brand. They are paid to incentivize or to sell the dream, and then you actually get into it, you're just like, oh my god, what the fuck did I do with my life? Because that ain't what they told me. But I'll say like keep watching them, but talk to people in the field, like those people who ain't got no social media, because for some reason they don't want to get into trouble for the take, and actually talk to those people and get their like raw, unfiltered opinion about the field, and then do with this as you please. And I will still never not do something just because of what somebody else told me about it. I'll take what somebody else told me about it to be a little bit more cautious and kind of know how to play, how to move, but I will not make what somebody else told me about a specific thing as well, like take it as my sole argument or take it as my main thing, and not do whatever it is I really want to do with my heart. So take it with a grain of salt. But there is a bunch of main takes on it. And the other comment, which is gonna be the last comment that I will read tonight, Well, not tonight. I'll say for this video is psych degrees don't have a good career outlook as nursing most time. Boom. That's what I was thinking about. Like, is it that versatile? What are you even gonna do with a psych degree? So I think if you really want to be a therapist, you will have to at least get a master's degree, which is gonna be an extra 2 years. And then if you want to do something else, I don't know, don't quote me on this. You might need some state licensures or some other licensures. So this will be added years, and maybe not something that you fully wanted to do, but you just choose it because it could not do the thing that you wanted to do because you thought that it was way too toxic for you at the time. So yeah, that's my take. So why not push through one more hard here and then do psych nursing? Valid point. If you like psych so much and you also like nursing, there is a stability and there's just psych back there. So you can still do psych, still be stable, still getting paid, significantly more money, because I think nurses do get paid more than I don't want to say psych people with degree or people with psych degree or just a psychologist. I don't know. You guys Google that. I don't want to say that when it's not true. So I'll take this back, but I'm pretty sure it is. You could get a doctorate and then be a psych if you're in good money, prescriptive authority, helping society and individual people in important ways. Every degree path will have its challenges, true, but this straight up doesn't seem worth it from my personal perspective. You get easier school maybe, but it costs just as much and makes less. I was saying it. I didn't say it. She did, or he did. Them, they did. So sometimes things are worth the effort, and you've probably invested some effort as it is. Oh my god, I can't read right. That's crazy. It's just like the block of text just making my mind go like, so it's your life. That's why that's just my 2 cents, which were pretty good. Most of the grips refers much of the grips refer more to a hospital bedside, and psych nurses are a different word, but they are still in a higher demands than LPCs, for example, licensed practitioners, I guess. But for example, and if that's the patient population you're considering switching to anyways, I'll just stick it out. Sure, the scope is different between 2 degrees until you return to school, but personally, I think it's in a favorable way when it comes to work-life balance and emotional fatigue. Seems like a worthwhile trade-off when the biggest obvious con is the school is more difficult. School is temporary, work is forever. That's all I want to say. I ain't gonna say none. Like, suck it up for now. It's cool. Well, the good thing about when you're done with school is that, well, in school you don't really have a say. So if you're already there, you're already there. You're paying your money. You're getting your license at the end of the day. But the thing with work is you don't like it, you move, you switch, you quit, you go do something else. You go try something else that you like. You have more opportunity at the end of the day. You get a license. You can do whatever the heck you want to do with your license. You can work wherever you want to work with your license. So yeah, you might either suck it up and get your flexibility later, or you just, don't suck it up and just go do psych and then realize later that, hey, maybe I really wanted to do nursing, and then go back to nursing when you could have done nursing right now. But I don't know if taking a break is something that you're allowed to. And the craziest thing is, like, this thing has been posted today, like literally 12 hours ago. So which kind of like let me know that, hey, it's throughout like this Christmas break, or I don't know, kind of break, end of year break, and school is not gonna start till like January 5. So we still have like we can take some time off. It's like 2 days or 3 days to kind of like think about it and just know what it is you got to do. But I really do hope that you stick it out though if you can, and just get your license at the end of the day and just say F them bit and just do whatever it is you want to do. So that's my take on it. I'm not really gonna try to keep this for too long because that was not the purpose. So thanks for watching. I'll see you guys on another video. Bye.